How do I start an online food business? Well, in this video, I'm gonna go over part 2 of our 2-part tutorial on Castiron, the game-changing software for food entrepreneurs who are looking to figure out how do I start an online food business. If you're looking to sell your baked goods, even any item from your commercial kitchen, from your home, your cottage food business, and everyone in between, Castiron has all of the features built in specifically for food entrepreneurs, and we're gonna answer that question on how to sell food online right now. All right, so it's Damian back with Marketing Food Online. So in this video, I'm gonna do part 2 of our setup of our Castiron store. Now, Castiron is a brand new software that allows you, the food entrepreneur, to create a professional website and have a professional presence online. But there are some amazing features that this platform has that no other online e-commerce platform does have, with the ability for cottage food operators to have a professional website, those operating out of a kitchen and creating products locally that wanna have it delivered or even picked up. All of those features are integrated into Castiron. Now, this is gonna be the second part of the video. I'm actually gonna show you the remaining amount of features. But as we left off in the first video, I wanted to show you how it actually looks when you get a setup. And I'm gonna show you also how to create additional categories. So if you go to setup here on the bottom, we are gonna take a look at how you can look and see how this turns out. Let me just take a look at the preview. You can preview your shop before you actually go live, or you can do it as you update it to make sure products are there and your inventory is correct. So when you go right up to setup, you wanna scroll down a little bit. You wanna go to preview your shop. Let's click on that. Now, I've actually added a few items in between the previous video and this one, and I'm gonna show you why and how I did it. So you can create categories. This is gonna be a great idea for either any type of food business that creates multitudes of types of products. What I mean by that is that if you're a bakery, for instance, and you made cookies, or if you offered cakes and you offered chocolate covered pretzels, or you offered a variety of things, you can divide them into specific categories and organize it so it makes your customer easier for them to shop when they go to the website. So here's our preview, the brittle box here on the top, and then you wanna scroll down, and here we go. So you see there's 3 categories here: cakes, cookies, and pretzel rods. And it's gonna show on the front here the variety of those specific categories. You see cookies, cakes, and pretzel rods as well. And then we're gonna scroll down. You can go up and click onto cookies, and it scrolls automatically down to that category. And then you can check out the different products that you have. So you're probably thinking, well, Damien, this sounds great. How did you get all of this on here? How did that work? So let's go back over to the platform here on the back end of it, and let's go to products. Now, I'm gonna go through this really quick. I'm gonna show you how we added products. We did show this briefly in our first video, but I wanna get more specifically into showing you how to do the actual categories and adding those. So let's add a product really quick. We can do that. And we're gonna type in delicious, let's do this, chocolate chip cookies. And then you want to do a brief description. Remember, you want to kind of describe it in as brief a sentences as possible. You don't want to have it too long. It's always good to be descriptive and to let your customer know whether they're soft or chewy, whatever the cookies are, for instance, as an example. But you don't want to kind of like write an entire book in the description section. You kind of want to get to the point. So delicious chocolate chip cookies. And we'll go back through and correct some of the spelling. Chocolate chip cookies made fresh to order. We offer delivery or pickup and can make as many. We get some chocolate chip cookies. All right, put an image in there. And of course, your allergen information, make sure you tick those boxes. If you're utilizing tree nuts in a kitchen, or if you have any milk, obviously, which you would, milk or eggs or anything related to peanuts and soybeans and sesame and such, go ahead and tick those so your customer knows that you have them. Now, you have to enter your quantity and then your price, $24.99. And then we're gonna go right back up here. All right,
This order is for 24 cookies that are chewy and soft and delicious. Let's just put. And then while we're doing that, we're going to scroll down and make sure we have a category. So here's our category. Now, when you want to select this specific box, it's going to allow you a drop-down menu. That's going to let you create as many different types of categories of products as you may have or you may offer. So like I mentioned, if you've got literally like a brick and mortar bakery and you're not very familiar with being online or having an e-commerce store, Cast Iron is specifically the type of software that you need, because this would allow you to transform that brick and mortar to an e-commerce business as well, capturing even more business online if you're new to this, okay? And if you're not familiar with how it works. A lot of the other platforms can be a bit overwhelming. The simplification that they have done here in Cast Iron is the reason why I wanted to bring it to you guys. And it offers you a ton of features, but it's very, very simply laid out and simple for you to use and engage with. So I know I have cookies here. I'm gonna go ahead and add a new category, and we're gonna do chocolate chip cookies. And I'm gonna make a category for that just to show you how this works. You wanna click the checkbox, give it a second there, and then you're all set to go. And you wanna hit save. And once you do that and you've got all your information, you go live with that product, okay? And then what we'll do is we'll take a look at, we'll go back over, I wanna see how it looks again. You can actually just go here, we're gonna refresh the page. And let me show you where this will be. Scroll down and there you go. So now you have a category of dedicated to chocolate chip cookies. So if you had a variety of chocolate chip cookies with different nuts, or maybe white chocolate chips and dark chocolate chip cookies, etc., you would have a variety of listings right there. And of course, as you click on them, they go automatically directly to that, scroll right down to that item. And all of your products would show up here. And now as you go through and your customer wants to click onto the product, of course, it'll show you, it comes up right there. And all you gotta do is simply add it to the cart. It gives them all of the allergen information. Cast Iron already has all of that information on the listing as you tick those boxes. So before the customer makes their decision to buy it, then you have all of the necessary information there, okay? And you add it to the cart, or they can get as many as they want, and you're all set to go. All right, so let's dive into the remaining features that they've got here. Now, you go through the feature of the customers. As your customers sign up or make a purchase, they're going to be able to, you can manage your customer list specifically in this feature here. And it's gonna have contact information, how much they spent, and so on. Now, if you already have a bunch of customers and you want to upload them, let me show you how you do this. So you can do it individually. So for instance, let's say that you had a sign-up list at a farmer's market, let's say, and you were a cottage food operator and you have a little sign-up with their name, maybe even their address or just an email of some kind. You can write down that information on your clipboard, bring it home after you've been there at the farmer's market all day, upload that onto Cast Iron. So that gives you the ability to tap into also their email. Now, once you create the email list, then you have the ability to market to them, basically sending them, and again, if you're new to this, you could send them emails, a mass email you could send out to everybody, and you can show coupon codes, you can give them discounts, you can talk to them about products that you're coming up with, something new, let them know for the holidays that you have the ability to customize food products or any type of baked good that you might have. So that's very, very important when it comes to your marketing aspect when you want to be online, okay? Now, same thing goes if you have a brick and mortar business. If you have a brick and mortar coffee shop, maybe you want to sell coffee. You can do that through here. You can do that through Cast Iron. If you accumulate a lot of emails at your brick and mortar coffee shop, bring them, integrate them, bring them home or bring them into your business. You can integrate them directly onto the list here, and you can do it that way, and that way you can market through Cast Iron and have an e-commerce presence that looks professional, that looks something that's trusted, and that way you can sell even more, not just in your brick and mortar business, but also online. Now, let me show you this here, bulk upload. So CSV file formats, these are basically similar to like an Excel spreadsheet. If you've got an Excel spreadsheet with an accumulation of hundreds of emails, obviously you're not going to enter those individually, that would take you forever. So you can literally, this is another great feature that Cast Iron has built into their website, is that you can upload it automatically from that CSV file. We actually use this a lot with our other platforms and some of our other websites too. We accumulate so many emails, we don't have time to do them individually. So this feature saves you a lot of time, but gives you the opportunity to upload hundreds or even thousands, if you had them, emails. So that's another great feature as well. So let's go on down to marketing. And let me show you this here. Let's go back over this a little bit more here. Now, as I mentioned just a little while ago, when you accumulate those emails, you can automatically send out a weekly shop update to them. Okay, and I've actually already activated mine here. And that way you can send out that list once you've accumulated. Now, of course, you can make this either active or inactive. You can also set the frequency. And to give you a little tip and pointer about email marketing, the way that we use it, I personally do about once a week. Sometimes I do it once every other week. You don't want to do it every single day, or you don't want to bombard customers with a lot of email or spammy type of email. So make it consistent, but don't make it so frequent that you're kind of being a pest, to be honest with you. Very simple guide to doing email marketing. Don't overdo it. You want to do it about once a week or maybe once every other week. That's another great feature already built into Cast Iron. They already have it set up. You can just simply choose how frequent you want to do it. Okay? And also right here, you've got a personal sign-off. So this would be something that would go accompany that email when you send it out to the hundreds or even thousands of your customers. And you want to let them know you can either customize this or even comes with a pre-made comment in that box as well. And basically, you could send a test email. So once you've accumulated those emails, you could send them out and test them out and see how they have been delivered. Okay? Now, the other great thing is, too, once you have products in your store, this is really great. You can select included products. So you can literally, again, as I mentioned, if you've got new products that are coming out, or maybe there's something that's customizable, something that you know that your customers really would want. Let's say you create jams or jellies and you've got 2 brand new flavors and you think that's going to go over really well. Make sure you add that in on here and you tick these little boxes, and that way they'll be included when you do it. Now, you can do up at least 4 products that will be shown, actually randomly be shown for your shop update emails. Only active products with inventory and images times will be sent to the email. So basically what you're looking to do is that you're going to be sending products to also that you've got in stock. Keep that in mind. You don't want to necessarily have anything that is out of stock. And that's for the marketing side of it. And at any point in time, you can also inactive and deactivate that specific feature if it's not something that you're tapping into. Now, analytics. No, we're not going to save that. Now, the analytics, if you're new to e-commerce, one of the most important things that you'll ever accumulate and you need to be aware of is the analytics. This is all the data on the back end of your website as to sales, as to how many customers are visiting your website, in traffic, conversions as it's known. Not only do you want traffic or people coming to the website, that's not going to pay the bills. You want to convert them into people who are buying. So knowing how many people are coming and spending money is also as important as how many people are coming. But you really want people to convert and be buyers and not just visitors. You don't want thumbs ups and likes. All of that stuff kind of gets mixed up in the world of e-commerce. A lot of people seek that out, but that's not something that's going to pay your bills. Getting people to like your products is good. It's great. Getting thumbs up, getting positive feedback, don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, you truly want people to buy stuff. So how do you understand that, Damien? Well, you can go on here on the back side. Cast Iron has built-in analytics, which are very, very crucial to the success of your business. And you can literally go back as much as 90 days, giving you 3 months of information, okay? And again, top customers, this is going to be a list of customers as they spend money, who has spent the most, all the way down to the least. Now, everybody who spends $1 or any amount of money in your shop is important, but make sure that you focus on the people who are either reoccurring customers, people who are spending hundreds of dollars or even thousands of dollars. Be also aware that there may be businesses that are buying from you. Why are they buying from you? Maybe there's a specific reason. You can contact them directly as well and say, look, we see that you've spent a lot of money on our website. Is there any products that maybe we can customize for you? That's also part of the marketing. Always be active, proactive with your site once you get Cast Iron up and running. Don't just sit back and think that everything's going to magically come in your lap. So these analytics are super important, and you want to understand them and not just look at them and give yourself a pat on the back for selling a few $1,000s this month and next month. There's a real good reason why it's there, and it's better off that you understand it. So lastly, let's go over to our store. And now we want to make sure that everything is set with our store, which we did earlier. We got our fulfillment, we got our logo set. Make sure your email contact is correct. And then double check your fulfillment. Make sure that you're offering the variety that they have available in the fulfillment, either delivery within a certain mileage or local pickup. That's totally up to you. And this is great, again, if you've got a brick and mortar. let's say you've got a brick and mortar bakery, or again, go back to the coffee shop, or if you've got a local sandwich shop or something to that effect, and you want local people to come either to pick up, and you don't really have a presence online, these features can be integrated into the type of business that you have, and it will allow you to do deliveries. It'll allow you to have people come and pick it up. But that way you can have a e-commerce presence and it looks professional. Okay. Now again, we go through the payments as we had done before. Our Stripe, I've already got a connection. I already had a Stripe account. I won't necessarily connect it right now on the video, but you want to set up your Stripe account. You want to connect it. That way Stripe will be the processor, the payment processor for your transactions on Castiron. And it makes it super easy. It's already integrated here on Castiron. Now, let me go over something really quick. That's really interesting. This is what I discussed before. The fees on Castiron are for the customers at checkout. When they go to checkout, they're going to be charged a convenience fee. That is the only fee you incur here on Castiron. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to bring it to you guys, is the very fact that this offers a payment system where your customer can pick up that fee. You can charge them for that. It's very minimal, but it allows Castiron to maintain the website, update new technology, new features. As they evolve, the website will have other features, may have different types of SEO, may have different types of things that they need to put in on the back end of it to optimize the website to bring you more features. That is the only fee. If you go to Amazon, trust me, there's an enormous amount of fees. I've been on there for quite a few years, I can tell you. Even Etsy, the fees can accumulate very fast and ridiculous. And so can eBay. So all of those three platforms do have monthly fees, transaction fees, even fees on shipping, believe it or not. Castiron doesn't incorporate that. They simply have a very basic fee. It's done at checkout, and as it's recommended here, you can literally just have your customers pay those fees for you, making the platform free for you. Now, if you don't like that, you don't want to do that, you can do that. You can pay it yourself. If you're looking to pay the fees, you can incur the fees yourself, that's fine. But again, that takes it from that free platform with all of the features up to something that you're actually paying for. So that's up to you, okay? Or even a 50-50 split. This is actually genius. I've never seen a platform that offers anything where you can split the fees and make it more minimal for you, the seller, and then a little bit for your customers. So that is a great feature as well. Now, make sure also you have to set your tax rate. Whether you're selling from home, whether you've got a kitchen-based business or you're in a commercial kitchen renting it or something to that effect, and you're selling those products on Castiron, you want to make sure that your sales are incurring the sales tax, because your state may require you to remit that every 6 months or every year. So do keep that in mind. Sales tax is something that you definitely need to be aware of. Okay? All right, so coupons, and let's go over that. Let me cover that real quick. I'm going to go through community and resources, and we'll wrap it up. Now, the coupon feature, I had set up a few here, like for Black Friday, for instance. It's a great way to create a either predetermined percentage or dollar amount off of the actual order itself for your customers, or you can customize it. Now, let me walk you through how this works. So you can do the quick add coupons where you create a 10% coupon. It's going to automatically, this is amazing too, I love this. This is going to show you an automatic code, excuse me, I'll show you an automatic code that the system will generate for you, okay? And it's going to give that automatic 10% as well. So at any point in time, your customer uses that, they're going to get 10% off of their transaction. Now, Damien, how does my customer know about that code? All the way back to what we talked about before with the email marketing. When you email and you send out your marketing thing, you can send that code and say, look, for a limited time, we have a Black Friday special from this date to this date. And then that would encourage your customers to use those codes in the Black Friday purchase or in the sale of the product on that day. Okay? So select a discount code. You can actually customize this. So let's create an actual one in ourselves. So you want to dedicate, let's say you want to take 35% off. There we go. You want to generate a code for me. If you're not into generating your own code or creating one, you could say 35 off sale as the code. Activation date would be today. And then you'd have to redeem by a certain time frame. So let's say 12. We're going to go over here. Let's pull up the calendar. It makes it super simple. And the 30. All right. So from the 26th to the 30, they have to redeem that specific code. And you want to limit it. Now, This is another great feature that, again, Cast Iron has put in here because a lot of websites don't offer this limitation on coupons. And this is extremely important because some people, unfortunately, will abuse it, and then they're going to send it out to 100 of their friends or somebody else. Now, there's nothing wrong with sharing, but of course, you don't want people to abuse the coupon code or do something to that effect. And I've seen that actually on my websites. This was something I learned the hard way when I created a coupon, and I found out that a lot more people were using it than I thought. So you want to create a limit. I just will put 2. And you want to set the minimum. Now, this is something I recommend. And I would say not by quantity, but by value. If you want to do a quantity, of course, that's up to you. But by value. And what do I mean by that? So you want to get the customer to drop a certain amount of money on your store. They want to spend a certain amount of money. So for me, I'm going to put $85. So when they spend $85, they're going to get 35% off, okay? Now you can set that at different variations, like you could do 10% if you spend 20. If you spend $50, you get 15% and go on. You can different tiers if you want to do that, okay? But again, that's going to generate a different code specifically for that different discount. And then simply hit add coupon. And let's see if that should show up. There it is. Give it a second. My computer's a little bit lagging today. And there it is. That's the coupon I created. All right. And then you can, of course, edit it. You can end the coupon earlier if you've got a certain date, but you see that you're selling out. You want to end it because it's being used. You can just simply end it at that point, or you can just delete it totally. Okay? All right. Let's move on to community. Now, what you get when you sign up for Cast Iron, of course, is not all of these amazing features, okay? You also get, there is a resource in their community feature that allows you to interact with other members and other people who are selling on Cast Iron if you have questions. So it fosters this community of help and question and answer, and a lot of people who are maybe similar to you, or maybe they're running into issues or problems uploading something. All of these different users have the ability to interact. It's a community almost. A lot of like Facebook groups, for instance, and they're really helpful. They're fantastic. They have integrated that as well here on Cast Iron too. So you can ask questions. If there's a certain discount code, if you're not familiar with it, or if there's a labeling question that you're not sure of your local labeling laws, you can definitely check into that. You can do that here. So there's an enormous amount of additional resources, absolutely free. This doesn't even cost you anything. So that is the community feature also. Let's take a look at the resources. Now, Cast Iron is developing a handful of wonderful relationships with other websites to offer services, products, making connections for you to help you foster your business and grow it, and do that through Cast Iron. So they even have discounts on insurance, food liability insurance. I'm actually very familiar with the FLIP program. The Food Liability Insurance Program is a fantastic program. It is a company that offers a gigantic amount of different types of food insurance policies for different food businesses, because they do all vary. Okay, if you're a food truck, home-based business, commercial kitchen, ghost kitchen, whatever it may be, they have a lot of great benefits. But here on the resource page, over time, this is going to grow, and it's going to have a ton of fantastic resources for you and to help you grow here on Cast Iron as well. And pretty much that's wrapping it up. The last thing they've got is a help center. These are a lot of also most popular articles. They have done a great job having a ton of question and answer articles where if you got a question about how a certain feature works, how to sign up for Stripe, if you're not familiar with the Stripe payments process, getting set up with your store, they go on and on and on. And as time goes and they get feedback from you guys, the users, they're going to, I'm sure, have a handful of even more of these articles to help walk you through the process, whatever that process part may be. Okay? And of course, at any point in time, you can contact them. They'll get back to you immediately and let you know what it is that you need help with. Okay? So all in all, guys, that is Cast Iron. I hope that you give them a shot and definitely try them. Sign up for them. Again, it doesn't cost you anything to sign up. Get your Stripe account set up and connected, and get yourself online with a professional website. You don't have to have a cottage food business and just solely rely on local farmers markets or local events to foster that business now. You can create a website online. You can do local deliveries. You can have that interaction, engagement, and understand how e-commerce works too, because it's a great opportunity for you to build on that and then have an e-commerce presence where you're completely online and maybe even shipping products over the state lines, other than just local delivery, okay? So if this was helpful, as always, please do give us a big thumbs up. Make sure you definitely preview your shop as you build it out. It gets really exciting actually near the end of it, once you are ready to go live with your store, to see what you've actually built out and what you've developed. I can tell you back 12 years ago when I started my e-commerce journey, if you will, it was really exciting to build out a store and to see it live online. And you can begin to share it with people on your Facebook group. Like we showed you on here, tie your Instagram and Facebook accounts so you can update the people who follow you every day or every week. And good luck. We'll see you guys on our next video.